Welcome to the No Man's Sky reaction and analysis by yours truly. Okay, so first of all, just to get things started, this is new. Of course, the entire character model here is new, but the idea is that your jetpack goes underwater, and later on I think you'll notice that when they swim, this little jetpack down here moves. So, of course, this is all new. It looks like we have a HUD, a little like the original, I think it was Dead Space that did that. So this would be a HUD, and I believe this would probably be health on the left, maybe some oxygen or something on the right, life support. So when you play, you can see your allies, or maybe your enemies' health and all that. We see, of course, a multi-tool over here, and this is an old object. We've used this in construction before. However, over here, this little guy, these pipes, I think you guys see these pipes over here, are brand new. This is old construction objects over here. We have an old iron, these are all carbon, of course, but then we also have this little guy over here, and these are more pipes, and I'm thinking, what the heck are these pipes for? I have no idea. If you guys have any idea of what these things are, just post it in the comments, and we'll have some sort of discussion on that. So next. So that's 1, 2, 3. This looks like, and I know people have been saying this, but this looks like a Gek over here. You see the helmet; it's very short versus the player character over here. So either this is a NPC that a player character is following, or it's a player. I'd like to think it's a player, but of course there's no way to really know until the update comes out. As for everything else here, the underwater visuals seem like you can see a lot farther. I don't know if I'm making that up or not. The ground textures, if you see, these are way, way, way better. This is just better overall. Nice looking animations there. So that would be, so if this is the case, the same session, we have seen one, the Gek character, and another player, and then your own player. So since we know that it is 1 to 4 players, if we see one more player, that would mean that the Gek is a NPC. So we'll see here. There's that ship, stairs. You can build anywhere, of course. We know that the trees are taller. Right. Man, that the beach looks very nice. Okay, so we broke that. There's 1, 2, 3. If we see 5 characters and one of them is a Gek, that means it's NPC. Right. And I think I missed something back here. What was this? Aha! 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's gotta be. Somebody's gotta be a Gek. Yeah. I'd say that's absolutely confirmed. Good looking suit there. Look at this evil looking boy over here. Oh, wow, 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 wow. I need better. Okay, so this is a new enemy head, at least. I don't think I recognize these legs, and it looks like it has 2 legs and 1 pair of arms here. So that is interesting. It looks a little blurred, unfortunately. I can't really get this worked out. However, over here we get a better view of this down here. I don't know what this is, but it's something to take a look at. We can see this is like a blueprint projector, it seems, but we have this over here, which means that it just looks like we have 1 port. So there's probably going to be a limited amount of customization on 1 here, 1 here, maybe something on the helmet, because we see, no, I'm not sure. Of course, it's all speculation, so might as well just wait until it comes out, to be honest. But we'll see. Okay, what's this? Multi-tool ship. There's 2 ships. 3 ships. Okay. Man, this vegetation looks very nice over here. And the trees are much taller. I mean, they used to be about like where my cursor is right now, about yay tall. But maybe a little taller. But yeah, they are better looking when they're taller. I mean, like anybody would probably agree. I am a little bummed that the grass distance is still pretty short. Like, it's just right here over this hill. And if you pay attention to it, it'll really become apparent that the grass distance is not that far. But you know, it's something you gotta live with. So we still have old tech finds here like we've had before. Not a lot else here. Yeah, he's mining something. I don't want to miss anything, so I'm just skipping through this. This looks like maybe, you know, neither one of these ships are S-class. And this character and this character are nearly identical. The helmet is different, and the colors are different, and that is it. So I'm guessing that this is a very early stage in the game, whereas they only have this one thing, you know, the blueprint generator, which is probably stock, and then maybe this guy got a different helmet. Maybe different pants. I'm not sure. But it looks like a very early stage of the game. I don't know. See, viewing this from third person, I see these volumetric dust particles from this guy mining over here, from this way. I don't know if that's new or not, but seeing as we're in third person, it's hard to even tell. But it looks good, nonetheless. Uh-huh. It looks great. So, just a thought here. Oh, there's 1, 2, and there's the Gek that everybody's talking about. 1, 2, 3. You know, this is not something that they would likely show off in a trailer, but my thought is that maybe, most probably, melee jetpack combo. I'm not sure what you call that. You know, when you melee and you hit your jetpack and you fly forward really fast, I imagine that that combo is gone. I'm surprised they didn't nerf it earlier, but I don't think that one is going to stick around. I think in this case, since how we don't see anyone jetpacking too fast and everybody's kind of like wandering around, like I imagine that, for example, they wouldn't show this character doing that because it's not really part of the game. It's more of like an exploit, but I imagine that somebody else would be using that because it is such a common thing to use. Maybe not, but I don't think that they would keep that in the game. And especially since we have not seen anything in first person, there's no way to know if it's in or out, but it's just a guess. So keep an eye out for that. Looking good. I really think the Gek is a playable character, so that's 4. 1, 2, Gek, and the guy that was back to the right here. That is 4 characters. So I think, yeah, if I had to be a betting man, I would put $1 million on Gek being a playable race in this version here. And look at this. This is new, so there's no ceiling. There's a tree over here and you can see it, and there's no ceiling. So it looks like base building has been changed quite a bit. So usually we would just build by tile, and it would be a cube, and we would just build the cube. That is a terrible cube. It's so bad. But we would just build cube by cube. But it looks like now it is probably going to be just one tile at a time. because you see this tile. Oh, sorry, that's an eraser. You see this tile right here, this one here, and if it was a cube, that it's either. Let's see, if this was a cube, you would see a line here where the glass is, and you don't see that. So I think that not only has multiplayer changed for the better, I mean, everybody was expecting that. Playable races, we are seeing changes to the building mechanics on a big scale here. Whoa! Holy cow! I wish I had better tracking here. Oh man. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. This. Okay, so we got Gek standing right next to him, and he's doing a gesture. So, there you go. That's more obvious. Oh! We can color our vehicles. Vehicle customization finally fucking confirmed. Look at that. Okay. There's that, and this is the fourth character right here. Maybe it could just be, you know, those planes that fly overhead. But I imagine that's the fourth character here. Definitely, this is not the regular color, so we can definitely color our vehicles. However, there's something that I've just noticed now. If you look at this guy, and look at this guy, this here, this is kind of weird. So we've got red along the left-hand side, and then like a teal to blue, and there's a line here, right here, if you guys see that. I should use a different color than black, because it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little line here, and it's right here as well, but it goes red, kind of like a pinkish on this side, and then it has red up here on the top right with teal, and then a blue and a purple. So there's a lot of different colors over here, and I'm not sure what that means. It might be just some random speculation here. Maybe what is in your inventory. I don't think that's the case, but you know, we'll have to see. We've only got a week left to go. Alright, man. Okay, ooh, let's go back. This is awesome. Not a lot to say here. It looks like we've got carbon and iron products over here. This is old news. Yeah, it looks like old. But we do have a new building right here. This bad boy with the weird triangular top, looking pretty cool. I don't know what it's used for. No idea. And I feel like this is familiar, but probably new as well. So we've got some new parts. We can build underwater, obviously, wherever you'd like. Looks very cool. And for the love of No Man's Sky, I hope we can breathe underwater a little bit longer, because it's kind of a pain in the ass. But, right, word. Just saying bullshit now. Okay, so yeah, this is another thing. I saw Cobra TV point this out. Look at these awesome trees over here. I assume they're organic. They look great. Just really interesting. We still have these, which is nice. So we have these containers you can open up. This is the new building. It looks like the tree or the mushrooms over here are quite a bit larger. Here's the thing. This blueprint object here isn't coming from this player because he's looking the opposite way. This guy is looking at that, but I don't think it's his. Maybe it's somebody else's. Maybe we can see other players' blueprints. That would be kind of interesting, and I think it'd be pretty good so we can see what they're doing. Also, over here, it looks like we might have some, what I think look like solar panels on the top left. So that's interesting. I really like how this part of the base over here is not lined up with the rest. So it really is like unlimited base building. I imagine you can't collide objects and clip through each other, but you can probably make some very interesting structures and maybe like large fences to keep hostile animal life, local animal life out, hopefully. That'd be kind of interesting. Okay, so yes. Okay, here's another example of just walls. It's not a cube that you build. It is definitely walls. So we have a triangular shape here, and then on the right-hand side, I know this is very bold and hard to see, on the right-hand side you can see just empty space. So we can build singular one-ply walls. You could just build a fence, like a literal fence around your base, no big deal. Or you can, build a roof over that and all that. And I know we've been able to do that in the past, but it has not been like this. Like, we have not been able to make triangles, and like, it has not fit together so well. It looks like they added a lot of great things. And when I read the patch notes just a few minutes ago, they did say, what was it? Just a second. They said, hundreds of new building parts is what it was. That's what blew me away. Also over here we can see a jetpack for, I think, the first time. So this jetpack over here is used for, of course, as we know, overland exploration. But also the reason why people look so unnatural when they're swimming through the water is because we have a jetpack. We just go really fast underneath the water because we have jetpacks. Ooh, we have different roofing over here. I do love how large the trees look. Like, this looks pretty believable to me. Like, the trees look big, and it's like a small sort of medium large river or lake or pond over here. To me, that just looks really good. And we see, shaking because somebody took off. So that'd be third player again. And so there are two things here. We do see a portal here, and it looks like there is even something going inside of the portal or coming out of. And then, of course, this little blue haze thing is us teleporting into the ship. Like, if you watch this back pretty slowly, I might be able to turn this speed way down. Let me see if I can go back just a little bit further. There we go. And we teleport, and then if you look down here down by this portal here, see what that's about. Oh, what was going on there? Oh, that was us disappearing. Right. So, there was nothing coming out of the portal, sorry. But it is definitely... I mean, that's not a thruster. What else would that be? It is definitely a portal. If it's not a portal, I will eat my hat. Or at least I'll tell you that I ate my hat. Over here we see another landing pad, I think. So we've got two separate bases very close to each other, which is pretty cool. I don't know how that will work, but man, that is cool. So two separate bases very close to each other, and that's just awesome. I don't know what to say about that. Let me turn this back up a little faster here, maybe 75. So we still see, if you guys didn't notice, when the ship went close to the water, it also bounced back up. So we still have something that I've always found kind of irritating. Lack of, suicide control. So we can't crash into the Earth. We can't blow ourselves up. We will bounce off the Earth, which makes sense, I guess. And so you bounce off, and you hit a tree still. So we can still fly low, but not, low enough to blow ourselves up. So, okay. At the end of that, we did see... I think... What was that? 3 or 4 players. So there's 1, 2, 3 players here. And if we backtrack way back up... Way back up. Okay, so there's 1... flying the blue ship with... Or what's he flying? Okay, so there's 1 over here. Unless he just... Oh, okay, so we see a little wing here. which is a little red wing with a stripe, and then this guy, which is like a 3-winged ship, and then ours, so that's 3. I just want to recount this just in case we find something interesting here. And that's 4. So there's another ship here. How many? That one just has 2 wings. Okay. And there is the, yes, this is the ship that we saw earlier with the wing that was sticking out from behind the hill. Okay. And there's the 2-wing ship. Okay, so there's just 4 there. Just checking. Oh, look at that. Looks good. Maybe, you know, more speculation, but maybe this guy's rotated around like that. This guy's like that. Maybe we might see some more Newtonian-style physics, and I would love that. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Wowie. Wowie. Okay. There's this picture is so busy I don't know even what to say. Not a lot to say here. I'm just going to keep on going here. So we flash back to where we were earlier on that same planet. These guys are going up into the clouds. And I think Cobra TV pointed this out. I watched his video if you guys haven't noticed. There are definitely at least 2 layers of clouds. And to me, that's all I need. Like, this is the stratosphere up here, and this is the just regular old your average clouds. And the 2 layers make such a difference from just one regular old stratosphere, which we had before. Okay, so then he flies up and encounters a freighter that appears right before him. And then we see something which looks suspiciously like the ships that we saw in the holographic projections in Atlas Rises. And then this one, which I think looks so cool. Like this ring over here looks like a sort of like, if it spun, you would have artificial gravity inside your ship. However, like, who cares? Because when you walk inside of a freighter, you just have gravity magically. So, to me, this looks awesome, but it doesn't really matter. However, what I think might actually be happening here, because the number of times that I have flown off of a planet and then a bunch of freighters just magically appeared before me was not that often. I think that all this one and this one and this one and this one are all actually the player's freighters, because it says in the patch notes you can manage a fleet of freighters. So there's that. Here, I think we see default colors on this bad boy. However, just because the camera angle or something, this looks like it is really different. The heavy rover. It looks really like, look at those tires. I don't remember that at all. And this detail in here. I think they upped the detail on this guy like a lot. And looks like to me, playing in multiplayer, I am always running. Always. Why would you want to walk unless you're like role-playing? Maybe these guys are role-playing, but to me it seems like the sandstorm allows you only to walk and not run. Perhaps. Maybe it slows you down. Maybe they're trying to conserve life support. I'm not really sure. But that's kind of a weird thing to see in multiplayer, everybody just walking. So there's 1, 2, 3 ships again. We still have the good old missile launcher, which I never really used, but it was pretty powerful. Piracy, as a team, it seems. That's kind of cool. Team Pirates. Yeah, definitely piracy, because you cannot go in there. And they just shot the freighter, of course, so... Right. Okay, so this is... I saw this earlier, very interesting. A little rover. And then we are excuse my terrible drawing here. We're walking with these sentinels. That's weird. Why are we with the sentinels? And what is this rover doing over here? So this rover, it's hard to kind of, I mean, it's not that hard, but you can see the little gun on top, like usual, and the 4 wheels that are spaced just like our rover, so it looks like a player rover. Maybe it is a job. Maybe it is, you know, how there's PvP. Perhaps this player in the rover did something to this planet, and we're trying to defend our planet. Or this player is attacking this player, who is this is the explorer perhaps, and this guy is invading, you know, quote unquote invading, and helping out the sentinels to destroy this player. It's a this little scene here in particular is very interesting. Also, whoa! I don't know if you guys see this or not, but this little 4-legged guy, I don't think we've seen that before. I think our 4-legged character, our 4-legged sentinel, kind of moves more like a, you know, it has the right feet and then the left feet moving, and then this movement is a lot different, right? So if you ever see a dog walk, I think. Oh no, I can't even think of it. But I think the movement of these sentinels in particular are a little bit different. Like they have a sprinting or chasing animation now, which would be really interesting because, of course, everybody knows if you do the melee jetpack trick, you can outrun anything. So I hope that we can't do that and the gameplay is enhanced from that. It looks really interesting. Also, what did we just see there? What is that? Oh. Sorry. Okay. And over on the left-hand side, what is that? What is that? What are those? I have no idea what this is. Okay, so hold on. This is wild. It's something that is walking on 2 legs. It looks like a sentinel. Definitely not. It looks like an animal that looks like a sentinel. That is weird. Okay. Okay, another, and I really do think, oh, this is why I shouldn't choose black. Sorry guys, next time I'll choose something different. Another, what looks like a player character. I think this looks like a player character. Standing next to a player on a space station. We saw at least one example of that earlier. I think that we can play as a Gek. At least a Gek, maybe a Vy'keen, and maybe computer people. I forgot their name already. Just chilling out. And look at this. The space station is so different. And I'm so glad because I don't know about you guys, but those space stations are boring. Oh! Okay, you know what? I bet you the space stations are still boring. This looks like a player ship. Yeah, another reason why I shouldn't use black. This looks like a player ship. The ones that we've been seeing. This, like some sort of massive ship that we can team up and use together, like a freighter that we can land on the outside, go inside. I am really excited for that because it looks so good. Yes. And, whoa. Let's hold up real quick. This ship looks like it's using its thrusters, going, you know, like thrusting this way, traveling this way. And we saw 2 players inside of that ship. So if this ship here is a capital ship, let's say, is it possible that we can be inside the ship and our friends drive us around to a different planet? Like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go work on the liquid explosive farm in our capital ship. Would you take us to the next Gek system so I can trade this off? That sounds awesome. Of course, this is all speculation once again. And it's certainly to me that these ships here are all part of the same fleet. So why else would they be all pointing the same direction, going the same way? So it looks like we have maybe a cooperatively owned fleet, and that we might be able to all be on the same ship while somebody takes it to the next system, etc., and work together in that way. So it's like, I don't have to do everything. Maybe my friends will do something else. And of course, the good old epic No Man's Sky music and logo. Fantastic. Wow. So I've put 265 hours into No Man's Sky. And you know what? I feel like it was still a shell of what it could have been. And what it will be. So, wow, it's kind of exciting. Spending a lot of time just thinking about this. And, I hope to play with some of you guys, any of you guys. Thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next simulation, I suppose.